What you doing? I'm the AC, and this is my top 20 list for 2020. And this is my top 20 favorite zombie entertainment, I'm gonna say. It includes like movies and shows and video games and books. There's a whole lot of zombie stuff out there. I didn't want to just stick to only movies and shows because there's a lot of other stuff that has great zombie stories and great zombies in them. So, let me start with number 20, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. I thought about not even including this one because the zombies actually aren't even bad in the movie, but it was one of my favorite movies growing up. I felt like I was just obligated to include it. Number 19, Walking Dead World Beyond. Now, I thought about including all three Walking Dead series as just one thing, but they're not all equally as good. That's why World Beyond is at the bottom of the list. It was actually an okay and got better as the season went on, but it's not as good as the other two. Number 18, Last of Us. Probably the most famous video game with zombies. The reason it's not higher up on my list is even though I like the story, I like the video games, I'm not that crazy about the zombies themselves. They became too monstrous to where it kind of defeats the point of them being zombies, being like humans turning into zombies, because they don't even really look human that much anymore. Nah. Number 17, Little Monsters. This one was kind of just a little silly one. I actually really enjoyed it, but it's pretty much just a teacher, former kid entertainer, just trying to take care of kids in the zombie apocalypse, something like that. Number 16, Revenants. This is one I just discovered this year. I don't know how I missed it. It was cool. It had some weird stuff in it, but yeah, I didn't expect it whenever I first watched it. It was surprisingly good. Number 15, World War Z. When this movie first came out, it's probably one of the most intense zombies I saw. Man, it was one of the first times I watched a zombie movie and was like, I don't know if I would actually survive that, because I'm pretty confident with all the other ones. This one, yeah, not so sure. And I don't want to have a deadly disease to get away from getting killed by zombies either. So, kind of lose on both. It all works out in it, of course. Number 14, Z Nation / Black Summer. Z Nation. It's actually a pretty good zombie show that also makes it weird. It's not like just straight up zombies like I like, but there's a little weirdness to it. It's kind of a humorous tone for a zombie thing, but it actually does have some decent development in it. Just the story sometimes isn't as strong as other zombie shows. Number 13, Fear the Walking Dead. The first spin-off from the Walking Dead series that started off great. First 3 seasons, great. 4th and 5th season, fucking dive into a grave. 6th season, it's trying to climb its way back up and it's doing pretty well. So hopefully it gets better as it goes. Number 12, Anna and the Apocalypse. Another weird one I included. I love it. I don't know why. I've watched it so many times. Maybe because it's part musical, but I've watched it so many times. I don't even think for a zombie movie it's that great, but apparently I must think otherwise because I keep watching it all the time. Number 11, #Alive. Oh, this one was cool. It was a zombie movie that came out this year, a Korean movie. It was actually pretty good. And it was pretty basic, kind of slow, but man, it really got to me. It was pretty good. Number 10, Telltale's The Walking Dead. Yeah, another video game, but this one is barely a game, really. It's pretty much just it's pretty much a story where sometimes it feels like you're making choices, but really it doesn't. The story usually always plays out the same way in the end anyways. But the story is actually pretty good, so I do like it. Number 9, Zombieland Double Tap. One of the only sequel movies that I feel like is almost completely on par with the original. Now, the original is still a little better, but this one was actually pretty close. I actually really liked it. Number 8, Dawn of the Dead 2004 one. I haven't actually seen the original, I realized. It's just one of the first ones I saw. It's a classic, pretty much. I mean, the original. This is a remake of a classic, but still, it somehow became like a classic on its own also. I don't know. Number 7, The Walking Dead novels. There's a few of them. They actually follow the governor in his trip up until he dies, and then it follows another character named Lily Call. And then there's a whole different book called Typhoon that takes place in China. That one's not as good as the rest of the series, but it's actually a really great zombie series, and I really love the books. Number 6, Land of the Dead. This is actually, I think, the first zombie movie I ever remember watching. Maybe I watched the Scooby-Doo one first. This is the first real zombie movie I ever watched, and I loved it. And I think this is the one that really got me into zombie movies, if I'm remembering correctly. But it is a great movie, regardless. Number 5, Shaun of the Dead. The first comical zombie movie I ever watched, and still, I think one of the best zombie movies by far. Not, of course, I'm biased, but I don't know why people wouldn't think it was a great zombie movie. Number 4, The Walking Dead. Yeah, great zombie show. It started off great. There's a few up and downs there, but overall, I mean, it's pretty much iconic at this point. Number 3, High School of the Dead. The best zombie anime and manga. I read the manga, watched the anime, loved it. Great. It's so cool. It's such a great story. It's so sad that I don't think it will ever get finished, but I love it. I've rewatched the anime so many times. Oh, it's so good. Number 2, Zombieland. Another comical zombie movie that I also think is probably one of the best zombie movies ever. And I don't know how, like the Shaun of the Dead, I don't know how anybody could really debate against it. It's so good. And it's actually a pretty positive zombie movie too. Number 1, the coolest zombie movie, the one I was most excited after watching it, Train to Busan, a Korean zombie movie. I didn't really know what to expect from it. It was just a random movie. I kept seeing it, and I was like, and then I finally watched it with some friends. It was awesome. It was so good. It's by far the best zombie movie I've ever seen. So much I want to immediately rewatch it. It's exhilarating, really. Oh, it's so good. But those are my top 20 zombie entertainment movies, shows, books, video games, pretty much anything that includes zombies. There you go. Those are my 20 top favorite of them. If there's some you're like, I can't believe it's not on this list, that's one of 2 reasons. Either, I just didn't remember it while making this list, and if I don't remember, it must not be one of my favorites, or there are actually some I haven't watched. And that kind of surprised me while making this list. Going through, and it's like, I didn't watch it. I don't think I ever watched the original Night of the Living Dead. And it's like, wow, there's so many I still need to go back and watch. So I'm kind of glad I made this list. I know the ones I still need to catch up on. But let me know what you think of my list. If you have your own favorite zombie stuff, go and let me know. But if you like hearing my list, go and like the video. If you want to see me talk more about my 20 top 20 list, go and subscribe to my channel. You can see why I do all that. But until next time, I'm the AC. Thank you for watching, and bye.